Our oldest came to me with concerns that Finley had of ending her life. As the mom of this 11-year-old child, I'm like, what do I do? Do I get on a boat and hope that our pediatrician can see her? Can I get on a boat in July?
I had tried to stop drinking and using on my own, couldn't.
I did multiple tours of Iraq and Afghanistan, but I've had some really rough deployments. I was an infantry guy, and so we're on the front lines, and there's things that you're gonna see, and that you don't, all the time veterans hope they don't want to see.
I had no idea how to file a restraining order. Living in a small community, that can be really terrifying. Just walking into the courthouse and asking for the paperwork can be really, really overwhelming when you're at your very most vulnerable.
The behavioral health crisis on this island in the country is just reached a level that is just unbelievable.
I think it's fair to say that we really cover the full range of behavioral health and social programs from infancy all the way to end of life.
Community services serves 1 in 4 residents on the island, and so on a day-to-day basis, every 4th person that I might come in contact with is directly positively impacted by the work of community services.
We really rely deeply on the services provided by Martha's Vineyard Community Services in collaboration with the hospital to make sure that this very vulnerable population is taken care of.
We have an expansive behavioral health component. Our mental health clinic really is a key cornerstone of this organization, and it provides a variety of mental health services, substance use services. Our services related to domestic and sexual violence are really close to my heart because I've been personally touched by someone I knew my entire life who ended up losing her life in a domestic violence situation.
I think all in island law enforcement are aware that if it weren't for Martha's Vineyard Community Services, that we would see far more calls for service for people that are suffering from mental health issues or their conduct associated with that.
There have been several times where we have seen community services counselors at our schools. If there was ever trauma or crisis, we have used their services to help support us.
Martha's Vineyard Community Services is critically important to the future of the island because it provides that kind of emotional infrastructure. It provides that support for people to be able to make life work.
We always work to make people feel welcome, loved, like we're here to serve you. And I'm happy to serve my community.
Daybreak is part of the Disability Services Department at Community Services. Daybreak itself supports mental health, those who have mental health issues in the community and could benefit from a constructive and focused environment to hone their life skills.
I felt a very warm feeling here. The entire campus really feels warm and connected. And it feels that way because of the people and not necessarily the condition of the campus here. We're operating in very old, dilapidated space. Old rampways, rickety walkways, crowded offices, sound machines in the hallway. These are ways of operating in a clinic that truly are decades old. So there's a great opportunity for us in this capital campaign to ensure that our physical capabilities and our physical surroundings really reflect the high quality services that we're offering.
To have a place full of light and that's inspiring, I think is very important for representing that person arriving at a turning point in their life and helping to facilitate them actually making that change, actually making that turn.
To me, community services represents necessity. For our children, for their well-being, for our families, and even for our staff. Community services is vital to the success of the island overall.
I was able to fill out like a crisis application, and they called me the next morning, and I tell everybody that Martha's Vineyard Community Services saved our life, 100%.
Having a program like Connect that can really help walk you through that, to help you navigate things you never thought you were going to have to deal with is priceless.
If I didn't have the veterans group and the guys that are there right now, like I love every single one of these guys, especially the people in the past before me that took lead and said like, hey, these are the problems that veterans have. And you know, it's something that's happened to them before, so they can give you like, you know, spot on advice and keep you from losing your mind.
I don't even, like I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that.
People might just think they're making another donation, but it's so much more impactful than they'll probably ever know.
When I dealt with it by going to the community center and speaking to the people I was speaking with, it really changed. I mean, it changed from there. I woke up and I was brushing my teeth and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was smiling. Yeah, I'll never forget that smile, man, you know? For the first time in a very, very long time, I was happy to see the person in the mirror, you know? Yeah, and I haven't looked back since.
I think the rebuilding of this campus is going to be one of the most incredible things that ever happens to this organization, that we're actually going to have a campus, and a beautiful campus that really reflects the dignity of the populations we serve and the expertise and commitment and efforts of the staff.